One product I seem to keep being asked about time and time again is rifle socks. Now, Remington calls them rifle sacks. I just bought some Remington ones, and I see right here on the tag, they call them rifle sacks, but I call them rifle socks. Mainly because if I try to say the word sack, I giggle like a schoolgirl, so I think rifle sock is a much better term. I mean, they look like giant green socks, so it makes sense to me to call them a rifle sock. So that's what I call them. Now, I've never been a real big fan of storing things inside of sacks or wrapping them with material because all it takes is a little bit of particulate to get between the material and the gun for it to become like sandpaper. So you got to really be careful whenever you're sticking anything in a cloth bag or wrapping it with material, etc. It really can become a detriment to the gun. It can promote rusting if moisture gets trapped in there, etc. Now, there is a good reason to use these for storage, especially if you're short on space. Now, I use them in my long gun safe because of one reason. I didn't have a lot of room. If you look from above, you can see I have to space my guns pretty far apart to fit them in there. Therefore, I can only fit 5 long guns in my safe. In the area of my safe that is designated for long guns, I could fit 5. That's because I have bolt actions that have big bolts on them. I have some guns with aggressive charging handles. If you don't store them far enough apart, they will tear each other to pieces, especially when you're getting one in and out and putting them in and out, taking one out, putting one in, etc. You'll really tear up your finishes on your guns. Even if you're being careful, it's really hard to not have an accident. Now, if you wrap your guns in these gun socks, as you can see from above here, I can put them much closer together. Now, I don't have to worry about them banging against each other. I can lay them right up against each other in the safe. So I can fit more guns in here. Now, instead of fitting 5 in the same space, I have fit 9 guns. I have 9 guns sitting in this safe right now. And as you can see, it doesn't look any more cluttered than it did with 5. In fact, it looks less cluttered from straight on than it did with 5 guns. And if you look at it from above, it doesn't really look much different. It really just fits in much nicer and looks better even. So now by using these socks, I have increased the long gun storage of my safe by 80% without changing anything other than how I put the guns in there. Now they are safely stored without risk of damage, and I can store, like I said, 80% more guns. I had 5 before, I have 9 now, and it fits just fine. And as you can see looking from above, doesn't look too cluttered, doesn't look any different. And as you can see looking from straight on, before and after, it even actually looks cleaner now. The gun socks actually blend into the background more. They take away all those barrels sticking up everywhere, and it actually looks better. So in the end, I say these are definitely a must-have item, especially if you've got long guns and you've got limited long gun storage. And especially if you worry about damaging those long guns, taking them in and out of the safe, if you have a safe like mine where you have to stack them front to back. The risk of damaging those guns while putting them in and out of the safe far outweighs the risk of these bags causing any damage to your gun. So if you want to store more long guns in less space without the risk of damaging your guns, buy some of these rifle socks. The few dollars you pay for these now will save you a ton of headaches from scratched or damaged guns later.